There were bullets flying through the air today inside an area high school, but not to worry, this was a drill. Dan Levy went along with Saratoga Springs police officers as they trained for a best case outcome, just in case of a worst case scenario.
It's a modern-day reality in post-Columbine America. Active shooter drills like this one at Saratoga High School are now being done in 95% of the schools across the country. It'll have to be active shooter drills or else school lockdown exercises to prepare communities for the unthinkable, whether that community is Newtown, Connecticut, Parkland, Florida, or Saratoga Springs, New York.
Part of this training is that first initial response. For us, it's going to be the first 2, 3, 4 officers that arrive and what they're going to do. So this, for us, is a constant couple times a year training where we're reviewing what we need to be doing when we actually go into a horrible situation.
Sergeant Paul Veach joined the Saratoga Springs Police Department 20 years ago, 1 year after Columbine. This kind of mass shooter training, just like the scenarios that have played out at SPAC, have been routine exercises for him ever since he put the uniform on.
How do you know it's effective? How do you know it's useful if you haven't reacted to these situations?
We'll never know that it's actually working, but this training is based upon all the mistakes or all the lessons learned from other active shooter incidents.
In many school districts across the country, students often play roles in the police scenarios, leading some experts to question whether simulated shootings might cause as much trauma for the kids as the real thing. But that's not an issue here.
We don't subscribe to the idea of having the kids involved in this. They do enough lockdown drills on their own. The school does an excellent job.
Most police agencies will acknowledge there's very little data that shows the effectiveness of drills like this. In other words, these officers are unlikely to ever use this training in real life. And of course, that's a good thing. In Saratoga Springs, Dan Levy, News Channel 13.